Good morning, beautiful people. My name is Alice Monrose, and we are only 10 days away from Christmas. That's right, only 10. So, you know, your girl had to come in clutch and give you some more gift suggestions as well as a way of securing those gifts this Christmas. Now, before I get into all that good stuff, let's take a stop at the news desk for this morning's headlines.
Good morning. A 27-year-old resident of Dennery was gunned down in the early hours of Tuesday morning. His mother is now making a passionate plea for an end to the gun violence that is plaguing the country.
I spoke to my son the Monday morning. He get up. I was home. In fact, he got up before me. And when he got up, I get out from my room. I met him there. And I had to go to library that same day. So he came to me. He told me, Josiah, you have bread there. Give me a piece of bread. I took the bread, I gave him. He asked me for sugar, I gave him. And he told me, give him $2. I gave him the $2 and he told me he's going to work. He left before me.
This latest killing brings the island's homicide toll to 70 for 2022. St. Lucians will have to pay more to have pork as part of their Christmas meals this season. The price of locally produced pork is set to increase from December 15th.
You have serious problems in terms of prices because, you know, the cost of fuel and everything has gone up. So what you have is basically the cost of it now has doubled in some instances. If you say some types of feed that is over 100% compared to the prices we had at 2008. So we have been having discussions with what I call our parent ministries, Ministry of Agriculture and as well as Commerce, and we came up with the cost of production to indicate to everyone what has happened, and all the farmers are operating at a loss. And so they were able to review the cost of production that we did, and everybody agrees that the farmers need a price increase at this point in time.
The St. Lucia Pig Farmers Cooperative Society announced the new price increase on Monday. The increase will help revitalize the struggling pork industry in St. Lucia. The Eastern Caribbean Alliance for Diversity and Equality is hopeful that a recent ruling by the Supreme Court of Barbados to strike down burglary laws will see a similar action being taken here.
We are very happy to see the courts coming to this decision as it's a stepping stone in understanding, in recognizing the citizens that actually identify as LGBT.
The Supreme Court of Barbados on Tuesday delivered the ruling which made laws making burglary a criminal offence null and void. Finally, in St. Lucia, Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Philip Pierre is optimistic about St. Lucia's economic prospects as 2022 draws to a close. However, the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, has issued a mixed review of the performance of the local economy with strong cautions to the government on the fiscal deficit and public debt levels.
We collected our largest income, our highest revenue earner for the year was in November. There are very signs of turnaround in the economy. You can see more activity. The cruise season has begun. All the projections show we're going to have a bumper season for winter, a bumper winter season. I'm very optimistic. I think that the economy is on the upswing. There are still some downside risk. We still have a debt issue we have to deal with.
In the short term, the IMF is advising that fiscal policy should focus on protecting the most vulnerable from food and fuel price increases. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thanks, news team, and don't go too far because we'll be right back. Alright guys, so first up we have a representative from Sentinel Security giving us those tips for this Christmas. So let's check out.
Sentinel Security is one of the first security companies on the island. I think the first. We started in 1982, so we've been around for 40 years this year. We do CCTV installations, intruder alarm systems, monitoring, 24/7 monitoring. We do response, and we provide island-wide service.
Okay, so just for the record, do you all provide the cameras, etc.?
Yes, so if you contact us, we do a survey for you just to scope out what is required for the installation. We do the installation, so we would use our own equipment, but we do not sell retail. We don't sell to individuals.
Okay, so do you have any security tips for us this year?
So I do have a few tips. We find that especially people think that they're in their cars and they're safe, and I think that's a big one. So if you're in your car, make sure your car doors are locked, especially if you're coming up to a speed bump, or I know a lot of people try to be generous and help out people and give them rides and stuff, and that can be very tricky, and you just don't know whether to help out someone or, to just go about your business. Yeah. So if you're going to stop or slow down, just make sure your doors are locked.
Yes, you should also ensure that you know the person or know of the person at least, because I know there was a recent incident about that, and the person was so lucky that they felt, the gut. You always must trust your gut feeling, and when you feel something is wrong, just move out of the way, leave the area, do what you need to do, because that feeling is usually always right.
Yep. When it comes to just your whole environment, you're approaching your home, always, especially if you're walking home, just be cognizant of your environment, strangers in the area, know your neighbors and stuff, know their visitors, and if you see anybody who you have not seen before, then I would suggest you just keep looking around you before you enter your door. Sometimes they're just looking to see which house you're going to enter, who else is coming home, and then they target you. And your windows, of course, do not keep, even if your door is locked and you go to bed. I know it gets hot at night. Well, these days it's really cold, but I know it gets hot at night and people tend to want to leave their windows open. So if you're going to leave your window open, don't leave your valuables close by, because, people reach into the windows, they grab stuff. So all of these things are really important when it comes to securing your home and your personal items.
Exactly. And in the event that you want to leave your windows open, you could use burglar bars or the mesh, stuff like that, to ensure you have that little extra added protection.
Right, that's correct. But also, even with the burglar bars, they still fish stuff from the... I remember one time it's some years ago, I was on my way out of the house. It was maybe about 8 o'clock, and I left my bag on a chair near the door. And I went to do something for my daughter. I came back ready to leave, and my bag was nowhere to be found. My bag was gone just like that. So even when you're comfortable and you think you're safe, it's always when your guard is down. Somebody's always watching. You just never know who it is, who it might be. Could be someone living right in the area. You just never know. So always be cautious.
Exactly. You need to always be aware of your surroundings, especially around this time, because everyone is now shopping a little bit more, trying to get their gifts in order. So everybody is paying close attention to your movements and everything you are doing. So this is the time, especially around this time, you need to be even more aware of your surroundings.
Oh, yes. I think the purses, I think everybody thinks I'm probably a pain for doing that. I'm like, where can I put my bag? And I don't want my bag on the floor either. So I tend to kind of struggle, and I tend to carry it with me everywhere I go. So everybody's hands-free, and I have a bag or a purse on my side because I just really don't want to leave it in the car and, on the seat where it could actually attract a thief. If thieves see things from outside through your window, they will attempt to break in. Well, it's a bigger temptation for them. Yes.
Exactly. So especially if you're leaving your stuff in the car, ensure you hide it. Put your bag under the seat. Put your bag in the glove compartment. In the trunk. Exactly. If there's no way for someone to see in your trunk, that is also a good option. Or I would recommend under the seats, especially if you're bigger bags.
Yes.
I would prefer under the seat. But your valuables, put them in the glove compartment. Put them out of eyesight, because it is more tempting for you when you see you see somebody's vehicle and you see their bag open, or you see their purse on their seat, it's so much easier for thieves to want to attack your car.
Yes.
So we don't want that. So we want to ensure that we put our valuables away.
And your kids, even with your kids, you go out with them, make sure I mean, in the rush and everybody's all over the place, and it just gets so hectic at that time. You have your little kids, your toddlers, your children, all of those bags and that shopping, and they say nobody's a Maliway around Christmas, so everybody's crazy shopping for the season. I would recommend that you hold on to your kids and not have too many bags. The other thing is, when you're going to, after you've done your shopping, we work during the day. We have a lot on our accounts. A lot of us as single mothers or wives and stuff. You have a lot to do. And when you're packing, be careful who you park next to. These vans and big trucks. Obstructing other people that might be able to help you and stuff like that. So all of that is important.
Another good tip is to ensure you do little small trips to the car, so you aren't always holding a massive amount of bags.
Yes.
So you could only have 1 or 2 of bags in your hand at a time, and not too heavy, of course. So making them constant trips to the car, although it might be a little pain to you, it is more beneficial to your protection.
Yes. So I think a lot of ladies do that, get to the car and put their purse on the top of the car because our hands are full. So you put your purse on top of the car, your coffee, whatever, and then you leave it on top of the car, somebody takes it. Or right then and there, you put it on the car, you're trying to open the door, somebody just passes and snatches. Your bags, be careful how you carry your bags. Always carry your bags in a secure manner. I noticed a stranger. I mean, I didn't recognize him, and I was like, oh, red flag, like something's up. But when he started coming closer to me, he was walking towards me, and I was walking into the area, and I realized, okay, he's calm. I let my guard down when he got closer to me, and then he grabbed me. So, these things are really...
Yeah, you have to be very vigilant, very vigilant.
If your sixth sense says to you, this might be a problem, this might be a problem, yeah.
So guys, you got all those tips, especially around this Christmas time. So ensure that you put it into good use, because we want to ensure that everyone has a safe Christmas this time around, especially as it's one of our first out of COVID. So we want to ensure that we all enjoy it to the full potential. Now, tell the people where Sentinel Security is located and how they can contact you if anyone is interested in all of what you're offering.
Well, Sentinel Security is located in Sunny Acres. We've been in Sunny Acres from the get-go. And we don't do security guard service. So I think that's a misconception. A lot of people, we had it at first, but we no longer do security guard service. So you can call us at the 452-4242, and of course 727-4448. So if you want a quotation, just call us. We'll come do the survey of your property, of your home, your business, and we will contact you with the quotation, and we'll take it from there. But I do implore people, it is important in this day and age to have a working alarm system in your house. And the other thing is, when you get the alarm system, it is important that you also help us help you, because if you do not arm your system, there's no way for us to get the alert that someone has broken into your property. So ensure that you alarm your systems, ensure that the people who need to know how to arm and disarm your system know how to do it, and don't trust just anybody with your codes and stuff like that. So I do recommend an intruder alarm system for every home, I think, every business. We do the 24/7 monitoring, so you have that on your side as well, not just you're not just able to watch it from your phone, to arm or disarm from your phone or camera, because that's a feature with the app. There's an app for that, and also for your CCTV. If you want to view that from your phone, you can do that as well. We do not monitor cameras actually, but we do monitor the intruder alarm system. So you still have your privacy. I know some people might be wondering, oh, do they see this and that at my home? No, we don't. We don't monitor cameras. We only monitor the alarm systems, the intruder alarm system, and yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, you are literally fully informed on everything security, especially around this time. So, I want to say thank you, Malaysia, for joining me. It was an honor speaking to you, and I'm sure everybody has a better understanding of what they need to protect themselves this Christmas. So, I want to say thank you again, and guys, I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, number 2, we have Katuri Designs. Yes, so guys, this is another good suggestion for those last minute shoppers. So let's check out Chelsea Charles and see what she had to say. Good morning, beautiful people. I am joined here with Chelsea Charles, who is the owner of Katuri Designs. And how are you doing this morning?
I'm quite joyful.
That is a great answer. Seeing that we are in this Christmas spirit, I love those Christmassy answers. So tell the people a little bit more about Katuri Designs.
Katuri Designs is a local handmade business where I make jewelry out of polymer clay and epoxy resin. I started off in 2020 in the middle of the pandemic, basically looking to do something productive in that time when we were home in lockdown. I started off using other materials, but then I learned to grow into polymer clay and epoxy resin, and that's where it started off. It's been a joy so far. It's my passion project. It's something that I take lots of love and passion, and I tend to create things based on the inspiration from things from all over St. Lucia, our vibrant colors, our ocean, our flora. Yes, that's what Katuri Designs is.
I love that you did not just sit home and do nothing. You found something that would keep you productive during that time, because I know it was a rough time for everyone, right? So tell the people, where did that passion come from? Were you always a creative person, or was that just something you just happened to jump into?
I've always been creative as far as I could remember. As a child, I would be the one who would assist my aunts with dressing up. I would always help my grandmother do interior decorating. Anytime I'll be in class and I would not be interested in whatever the teacher is teaching, I would be the one in the back with my sketchbook or drawing behind my notebook, or even drawing on my skin, which I got into a lot of trouble for. But it's been in me. I'm also a visual arts teacher, so I tend to get a lot of inspiration from my job, and it's really who I am. When I think of myself, I think of creativity, art, and just using my hands to make nice products.
Because I think you literally just quoted my entire life story, because I was that person, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, see, I was going to ask you, is this your full-time job, or do you have something on the side? But you're a visual arts teacher, so you brought that same passion for the art into your business, and I love to see that. Seeing that you get your passion from all over St. Lucia. So you see, guys, St. Lucians have a lot of talent. There's a lot of passion, and there's a lot of inspiration in our soil. Now we are coming up to that Christmas spirit. We're in the Christmas season. So do you have any specials or any deals for us this Christmas?
Yes, I do. Right now I have an ongoing sale where I'm offering 2 earrings. If you purchase 2, you get the third one half off. So it's a nice deal. I'll also be popping up in different locations. So if you would like to find out where I would be, especially over the weekends, well, this weekend mainly, you can hit me up on my Instagram. I have daily posts where I advertise the different events that I'm participating in. I also do custom orders, so if there's something specific that you would like, I know it's staff party season, people want things that are unique, you can hit me up on my page to get something uniquely made for you.
So that was another one of my questions. Is the things on your page already made and I just have to pay and collect? And can I get anything customized?
For the most part, yes. When I post earrings, most of them are made to be sold. But I do customize pieces for people who want something more specific. So you could either purchase what's ready or you could ask for a custom piece.
Okay, so you give me the best of both worlds. I love that. So tell the people where they can get your jewelry and how they can contact you.
Well, mainly you can purchase my jewelry through my shop online on Instagram, Katuri Designs, KATURIDESIGNS. Yes. I'm also on Facebook, or you can contact me on WhatsApp. My phone number is 716-3016.
Right, so guys, you have another place for your gifts this Christmas, especially if you are one of those late shoppers. I know there's a lot of them out there. So guys, you see, I gave you another amazing suggestion to get your last minute gifts. So I want to say thank you for joining me here today. It was an honor, and I love to see your pieces. So I hope you are reaching all the goals and all the successes in the future. And guys, I'll see you in just a little bit. Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Ali's Corner. My name is Alison Monrose, and I'm going to be showing you how to create a star today. We are still in that festive spirit. Now, if you are an avid Ali's Corner watcher, you know that I said up until the 22nd, everything will be Christmas themed, because I know we're trying to decorate a little bit more to give some people. So, you know, I'm coming in clutch for you all. So today I'm going to be creating a star. This star you can use as an ornament, a tree topper, or just decoration. So let's get into it, shall we? So for this craft, you will need skewers or dowels. It's up to you and your size preference. You would need some glue. I am using silicone glue as well as some old-fashioned Elmer's glue. You will need a scissors, of course, because there's a few things we'll need to be cutting, as well as some string of your choice. I have this one which is a little thicker and this one which is a little thinner, well, a lot thinner. Well, that is just my choice. You can use whichever type of string you want. Now, optionally, I also have this small container that I'm going to put my glue in, so it makes it a little easier for me, as well as some very pretty glitter. Now you can add whatever you want to your star, but I'm just keeping it simple with some old-fashioned glitter. So let's get into it, shall we? So first we need our skewers. I have already went ahead and chopped off all the pointy tips so they're nice and dull and ready to be worked with. So you're going to create your star formation. So you need to know exactly what you're doing before you start to avoid any mistakes or any outcomes that you won't be happy with. So just play around with your skewers and then get the star shape that you want. So something along these lines. So I'm going to go ahead and glue mine in place. You can use some tape to hold it in place in the event you want to add some string to ensure that it stays together. String and glue is always your best friend. Alright guys, so this is the finished piece. Well, not completed, but completely stuck. So as you know, I was using silicone glue. Silicone glue takes a little longer than hot glue to dry. That's why I'm using the string to just help it stay in place so that it can tackle multiple things at the same time. Now if you're using hot glue, you don't have that issue, so you don't need the string or thread. You just need to hot glue your pieces together. Now we're on to the fun part. We are going to take our thickest string, whichever string you want to use, either twine, anything you want, and we are going to wrap our entire star up. Now this point, if you are adding glitter or anything like that, you can douse your string in some glue to ensure that it stays tacky and sticky just for your glitter. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my Elmer's glue for this job. I'm going to pour it in the container that you just saw fly away, because as you know, it is windy, and we're going to put that in the container and dip our string in before wrapping our star. So let's get into that. So now we're wrapping our star. You don't have to do it in any specific order. We're just wrapping it however much we like, or as little as we want. This part is completely up to you. You just wrap until you're satisfied. As you can see, this is a messy job. As you can see, my hands are very dirty, but that's not even all of it because I had to clean up, look a little decent for camera. So as you can see, this is our finished product. Well, almost finished. We now have to add some glitter. Now, if you find your strings are coming loose, ensure you pull a little tighter and that you are gluing every now and then just to ensure that your string stays in place. So for this craft, I am using some gold glitter and I'm just going to put it everywhere. I also have a black sheet of paper under the star to catch the excess glitter because we are not wasting around here. Alright guys, this is our final product. Now as you can see, the glitter got everywhere, but the wind was not on my side. But that's okay, that's all parts of craft. So I think it's very cute. I think it turned out very well. So you could either mount this onto your wall, hang it on your tree, or put it as your topper, your tree topper. So yes, this is a fun and easy craft that you can do with your friends and family this Christmas season. So if you want to follow the art class and you want to send me in your work, you can do so by sending it to 723-3333 and get the chance to be featured on Alice Corner. Now guys, I will see you next week for another craft. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope you are feeling festive because with 10 days away, I think you need to be in that spirit. So guys, in case you aren't, I need you to throw on your most festive outfit today, or at least a good bit of the color, so you ensure that you get yourself into that groove, because we don't want to enter Christmas time feeling sad and depressed. We want to be cheerful, we want to be happy, and we want to just embrace it all for what it is. So guys, I want you to go out and have an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow bright and early.